This is another question all about box and whisker plots. Now, box and whisker plots are a visual way to display data. So this is the data we've got. We've got a group of students who completed an English and a maths exam. We have the lowest quartile, highest value, lowest value, upper quartile and the median. So we've got to draw the box and whisker plots to represent the data for both of these exams. A question such as this will be worth 3 marks. So let's take English first. We've got the lowest value, so let's look for 3. You can see here 10 squares represents 5, so 3 squares would be represented by 6. So we're going to draw our line there, 6 squares in. And then we're going to do the lower quartile, which is 17. 17 represented by the line here, 19 represented by the line here. 26 now, represented by this line here. We've got a highest value of 28. So 28 is represented by this line here. Now, when we've got to this stage, it's just a case of joining up the middle 3 lines and drawing what we know as our whiskers. Now, what have we got here then? We have the box and whisker diagram, but we're not done just yet because we must make sure that we label the box and whisker diagram, this being for the English marks, and we must label the actual lines as well. So this is the lowest value, this is representing the lower quartile, this line is representing the median, this line represents the upper quartile, and the top line represents the highest value. And we can do exactly the same for the maths. Maths marks, minimum is 5, lower quartile is at 13, median at 22. 28 represents the upper quartile. And then finally the highest value is 30. So we're going to join up the 3 middle lines to make our box, and then we're going to draw the whiskers at the ends. And once again, it's important that we label. So here's our maths marks, and we're going to label as well. So the lowest value, the lower quartile, the median, upper quartile, and of course the highest value. The next question requires us to compare the average marks for the English and Maths exams. So we can put our ruler to one side and have a consideration of the average. We can see here that the median for Maths is considerably higher than English. So let's write that. The median for the Maths exam is higher than English, so on average students performed better in Maths. And the final question asks which marks were more consistent, English or Maths, and we need to give a reason for our answer in order to get the mark. We can see here that between the lowest quartile and the upper quartile is the interquartile range. Just looking at the box and whisker diagrams, we can see that Maths interquartile range is significantly wider than that of English. So once again, we can say the interquartile range, or IQR for short, for English was just 9, whereas the IQR for Maths was 15. So overall, English marks were more consistent.